On a small island called Al-Nawarit, where jellyfish glow at night, like stars fallen into the water, lived a little pirate named Salem. Salem wasn't a wicked pirate. He was a kind-hearted adventurer who loved the ocean and stories of lost treasure. He owned his small ship, the Blue Star, but he lacked one thing: a true friend to share the journey with. One morning, as Salem was mending his ship's sail at the shore, he heard a faint voice from among the rocks. "I want to travel, but I don't know how to hold the rope." He looked and saw Octo, a small, soft pink octopus with eyes that shone like mirrors. Salem smiled and said, "A true pirate doesn't need a rope. He just needs a friend." And so, their friendship began before their voyage even started. They boarded the ship together, Salem at the helm, and Octo watching the water with his 8 arms. They crossed the Strait of Laughing Winds, where the wind formed funny shapes in the sky, and then past the Mirror Lake, which reflected everything the heart held. The wind whispered, and the waves sang, as if the sea knew this was no ordinary voyage. When they reached the Mirror Lake, Salem saw his own face reflected in the water, weeping. He saw Octo carrying a closed box. "Why do I see myself sad?" Salem asked. "Because a mirror doesn't lie, but it doesn't tell the whole truth," Octo replied gently. "You're afraid of failing, and I'm afraid of being forgotten." Salem put his hand on Octo's arm and said, "Then we'll never forget each other." But the ocean is unforgiving. Suddenly, a huge storm appeared over Dark Island. The waves rose like mountains and the ship's mast broke. Salem sank into the water, and Octo disappeared into the darkness. Salem awoke alone on a small rock, his heart pounding with fear and loneliness. Was Octo just a dream? As Salem gazed at the water, he saw a faint light moving beneath the waves. It was Octo. In his arms, he held a luminous shell, radiating warmth like the sun. Octo said, "Survival is not about staying afloat, but about knowing who holds your hand when you dive." Salem took the shell and placed it against his chest. A blue light emanated from it, and the sea calmed as if greeting his 2 friends. Together, they returned to the Island of Flowers. They returned not with gold or treasures, but with a priceless act of charity. Salem changed the name of his ship to their Star and the 8-Armed One, and they raised a new flag, a smiling skull with a small inscription beneath it. "A true pirate doesn't steal, he saves." And on a new morning they set sail once more toward an unknown horizon. The journey was not over, because friendship reinvents the ocean each time. And everyone who sees their ship today whispers, "Look, they are sailing," not to find treasure, but to remind the world that the most precious thing is what returns to you after you have drowned.